Good morning. Before we continue from the yesterday, we go to let me refresh ourselves with the meditation of it's called the full training of the mind. So first, concentrate on the precious human life. What is the precious human life? What makes it precious? So basically, in the Buddhism, we said every sentient beings, every sentient beings, and every sentient being have an equal. Like we said, everyone have a Buddha, inner Buddha. That is true, but still, it's different. It makes different according to their body. So human body is actually, more precious than anyone else because through the human's body, our ability is much better with the human body. When this mind stream, one day when you get to the other body, like animal body or something else, then our ability become less than now. So that way, this human body with all the favorable condition is the precious one. Why? In the Tibetan, we normally said meditate on the precious human body. What is precious is talking about? Is it precious is talking about there's an ancient time, it's called the wish fulfilling jewels. The jewel will fulfill all your wishes. Whatever you wish, it become that way. When you want food, it give you food. When you want clothes, it give you clothes. When you want to, whether it's cool, you want to cool. When you want to, whether it's warmer, it make you warmer. That kind of a jewel exists long time ago. So there are lots of story. So human body is what called the examine it with this. Examine or kind of compare.
Examine.
Examine with this. But actually, human body is much more than that. Why? Because like wish fulfilling jewel cannot give you things that human body can give you. Yeah, like a wish fulfilling jewel, and or any kind of a mundane powerful beings, spirit or whatever, included the wealth deity or whatever. Lots of people worship things like we call the Dharma protectors. Many of those we worship, but they cannot give things that human body can give you. I say, human body actually can give you permanent happiness. They can give you only temporary happiness. Make sense? So that value, that ability, that capacity is only exists within the human. Human have a best condition for that. Because like a god realms, their bodies maybe outside they look much better than human beings. Apparently look much better than human beings. Like I'm sure you heard this story. Buddha had one half brother. He loved so much his wife. He's so attracted to her. He couldn't separate from her 1 minute because he thinks she is the most attractable. And she's the most beautiful on the planet. But then Buddha took him to 33 god realms. And Buddha said, okay, I will sit here, rest, meditate. You go sightseeing, go outside, look around. So when he went to look around, there's so many beautiful women. Then he tried to compare with his wife. And his wife is like hideous when compared to them. So what I'm saying is that when apparently God are much better than human, but still human body is much precious than God realms. Why? Because humans have this favorable condition to reach to the nirvana as not have a God realms. So what is God realms a problem? See, their problem is they don't have any problem. That is their problem. Because they don't have any problem, they have no reason to practice Dharma. That is became their problem. Like even our human society, when we have no problem, normally people don't go to temple. Even your Buddhism, like Larsa, in like Tibet, I can say Tibetan people, many times they go to temple or visit the guru when they have a problem with the family, some kind of problem. Then they go to the see guru, do the definition, do the prayer, request to the prayer, puja, and this all is they became motivated by this problem. Make sense? So we have some problem. It helps us to mindfulness. Remember that, we need to do something good to practice Dharma. But also we don't have that much problem that we are out of control. We have enough freedom. Make sense? If we choose. So that way, this one is the middle way of a circumstance, make the best candidate of practicing Dharma. Human body is the best candidate. So that way, in some prayer said, is a superior than God realms. Of course, not apparently superior, but when it comes to the condition, then the human condition is the far more superior than God realm. So that body we have. So we have to recognize that one. We have to cherish that one. We have to utilize that one. That is what is called the meditation on the precious human life. But then sometimes we become, arrogant. Oh, I'm a human being. I'm higher. I'm superior than them. But then you have to think, no matter how precious, no matter how superior you are, it's only temporary. We only here for a short period of time. This, whatever we have, is a guest house. So only you're going to utilize for the a short period of time. Then after that, you have to move on. Like you cannot stay in the really luxury hotel forever because your money run out. Yeah, same way, our merit, all those are run out. Lifespan, karma, whatever you use the language, is a run out. It's called the impermanent. You're not going to find anything really forever there. Always be impermanent. So think about that one. No matter how great I have here, this can be, lose any minute. So I have to prepare for the next one. Like people, when they enjoy today's meal, food, actually back of their head, they have a plan for tomorrow. Yeah. They're not going to say, oh, today I got a wonderful food. Now I'm going to rest the rest of my life. You're not going to do that one. You plan for that tomorrow. You plan for the next. So continually plan. Similarly, we have this wonderful life, precious human, but it's impermanent. So the next we have to prepare for the next life too. The Tibetan they're way to say, I want to I want to thanks to my past life giving me this life. Same time, I have to warn this life, do not throw me down lower in next one. Because these lives, majority of circumstances plain from the past. Majority of majority is a plain from the past life. Sometimes you cannot control anything. Things happen. Even you don't want it to happen because you cannot control the karma. But next life is 100% in your life. What kind of you want? How you want. It's 100% in your life. No one can make you anything, and no one can make you good or bad. Because sometimes, this morning, I was talking to the Linda and Somo. So I say, because we're using this day too much technology. Sometimes people have this assumption about everything come easily. And come, whatever somebody can do for us. But this actually karma and whatever is, no one can produce for you. Like technology, science can create lots of things for you, including like intelligent. Now, what call this?
AI.
Yeah, IT. Yeah, artificial intelligence. They can do many things, but no matter how advanced artificial intelligence, you cannot create something that make you good karma. That intelligent that can prepare for your next life. No matter how high those technologies are gone, no matter how advanced go, there's no technology that can help you to have good karma for next life. I don't think so. So you have to involve yourself to create that one. Make sense? Yeah. And so this reason, I think we have a responsibility about something utilizing this precious one. If we're not utilizing this precious one, it's equal to not have the precious one. So like two people one person have a really delicious organic apple, and one person doesn't have. But this person is so stingy, doesn't want to eat. So what is different, these two people? Equal to not have. Make sense? So you have to utilize it. Then it's become meaningful. So that way, we always do lots of prayer. You can hear this one said, please pray the prayer that my lives become meaningful. Meaningful means that something that can bring beneficial for you long-termly. Then it becomes meaningful. If you eat all those junk food, it tastes good, but it's not meaningful, beneficial for your body. It will harm your body. Yeah. If you eat a healthy food, it tastes not that good, but it will great benefit for your body. So sometimes it's not easy, but it will bring you the great benefit. Like how to discipline yourself, how to consist yourself, how to, mindfulness. Those are not easy, actually. Continuing is not easy. At the beginning, because of your enthusiasm, kind of like excitement, it helps you to start. But from there to continue is really difficult. Make sense? So it's not easy, but even it's not easy, it will bring the great beneficial. So that way I call the karma. Think about the karma. Then sometimes people have this kind of idea of, oh, it's just okay, even this life is not the next life, maybe I'm more healthier. But overall, long as we stay in the samsara, we have unpleasant circumstances will continue. It never ends. So that reason we have to seek the nirvana. Somebody said freedom is not free. Same as nirvana is not free. Yeah. It's nirvana is not on sale. Nirvana is not on like a discount. I don't think so. so I think same price all time. Past, present. So that reason we practice Dharma. So with this thought, so we go to continue on the page 24. So basically this text, as a you can see the visualization of the mandala, visualization of the deity form. There's in the text, and again there's a you see the
20. This text, some of them are white, some of them yellow.
So this is called now we are on the page 24. I think same page, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, page 24 is called the praise. It's it don't have a what called the chapter name, but it's called the praise. Praise is this praise. Actually, in the Vajrayana, particularly in the Chakrasamvara Tantra, praise is used called a root mantra. Why is it? Because this praise bring the closer to the deity. When you recite in the mantra, it's called the approaching. Yeah, reciting the mantra is approaching to the deity. Through the recitation of mantra, you become a closer, 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 and one day you and deity become inseparable. That is called the accomplishment. So that's our main goal, is to reach to the state of that deity. That one is maybe you can see at the motivation of the beginning of the text. That is the intention of the text. Why we practice this one is in the Bodhicitta, in the page 13. If you go to the page 13, it said, to accomplishing the purpose of all sentient being, I will become the Hiruka, and establishing all sentient being in the supreme state of a Hiruka. Hiruka is talking about the Chakrasamvara. So our purpose of practicing the Chakrasamvara, since we're talking about the Chakrasamvara sadhana, is become Chakrasamvara. That is in the different in the Buddhism. When you practice in something, you become that one. One time, Gajen Rinpoche said, I really like that one. He said, why we call Dalai Lama as Avalokiteshvara, Jiresi. The Tibetan people, believe Dalai Lama is a Jiresi. So sometimes people think Dalai Lama is a statue or something. Because the Tibetan people believe that the Dalai Lama is a Jiresi. So one young kid came from Tibet to India, see Dalai Lama. Then when he saw the Dalai Lama, he said, oh, Rinpoche is a human being. So he thought we call Cheresi. He thought it like forearm Cheresi, some statue or something. So Tibetan people believe Dalai Lama is a Cheresi. Definitely he is. So Gajen Rinpoche said, this is I think really good for us too. Gajen Rinpoche said, why we call the Dalai Lama as a Cheresi? Because he reached the state of the Cheresi. He realized the state of the Cheresi. He had the compassion of the Cheresi. He become himself Cheresi. So that means we also can become Cheresi. We also can become Chakrasamvara. So that was our goal, our motivation. So that way, when we're reciting the mantra, it's called approaching. Approaching means that getting closer, closer. So this praise, it helps quicker. In the Tibetan is called the bring the I think can say energy or strength of the mantra is the praise. Praise bring to the strength of the mantra. So this praise and this beneficial is there was one person did this praise standing on the rock, one rock. He was standing on the rock and did this praise. It called the eight verse praise. He did this one. Then somebody can see the non-human being spirit. So after the person gone, lots of spirit come doing the circumambulation on that rock. Just did one time praise on this praise on that rock. After that person move away, and many spirits come to doing the circumambulation. So that is showing us how powerful and how beneficial for not just only yourself, every sentient being by reciting this praise of the Chakrasamvara. Okay, so we try to read this one. Om. Om is not together. I will read. You listen. You tolerate with my broken word. Sometimes I may say really funny things. Yeah. Yeah. One time I was asking something, long time ago here. I said, tissue. I said, tissue. And said, yeah, we know tissue. They thought I was talking about the tissue paper. So like that. There's lots of time people have a misunderstand with my, the broken. But okay, I will exercise on you my English. So said Om. Vajrayana, lots of time you see the Om. Actually, Om is one of the most profound mantra. Om have 3 syllables. A, U, M. Three syllables together. So this is it. A is the empty nature. U is a method. So empty and method of compassion. And Ma as a union of that. So this is like a same in the sometimes in the Vajrayana called the Evam as a wisdom and a method. All the tantric essence is within this mantra, Om. A, U, Ma. But then another meaning is the Om is also head of the mantra. And anything, if you don't have a head, it chaotic, yeah? Some go here, some go there. But if there's a head, no matter how many in the group, it will lead one direction. So Om will lead you the right direction of the rest of your mantra of this prayer. So that way, homage to the conqueror, courageous Lord. This is talking about the Chakrasamvara conqueror. I mean, he overpower all the defilement. That way, he was sitting on the Kalaratri and Virava. That's the meaning as a conqueror of the afflicted emotion. We are serving of the afflicted emotion. Make sense? We serve to our afflicted emotion. The Chakrasamvara conquer the afflicted emotion, overpower. So conquer courageous Lord. So need great courageous. Is not come easily. I bow to you who bleeds like the fire at the end of the great Gyalpas. So end of the great Gyalpa mean in the Buddhism called the cosmetic? Yeah. Cosmic. Buddhism cosmic belief. Our this planet sometimes destroyed by the fire, sometimes destroyed by the water, sometimes destroyed by the wind. So that fire is a heat of the fire. As we say it like this: sandalwood fire is 7 times harder than regular wood. Then around the planet on the earth, there's another fire. I think even the scientists believe now they see the called the ring of fire or something. What called it? Huh?
Thermosphere.
Yeah, thermosphere. That one is 7 times higher than harder than sandalwood fire. And this end of the Kalpa, the fire is 7 times harder than this one. So basically, it's when the heat comes extremely, there's also sometimes we say 7 sun come together, like 7 times harder than the summer sun. Like Arizona, like sometimes it's become a degree like 140, yeah? If 147 times, how powerful heat it is. and it can melt anything. Everything will burn. So that is what it means, the end of the Kalpa, great Kalpa. That kind of fire is a great blazing, so hot. Whose
Dreadlock.
dreadlock mean is a bound up and crowned, whose face is a terrifying, fiercely being and bearing in fangs. So basically, like a deity, this wrathful deity like Chakrasamvara, they have a many expression. You know, their face is a terrifying expression toward to the Maras. You know, compassion expression toward to the sentient beings, and passionate expression toward to the consort of the Vajravarahi. So Chakrasamvara have a three expression same time. So that now this is talking about the expression that conquer all our defilement, our afflictive emotion. That is which is what is what called the Mara. Okay, whose hand gleaming with the thousand light raised the battle axe and lasso and the whole the appearance of the Kadanga, who wear robes of the tiger skins. Battle axe and lasso. Okay, so those is a kind of like wrathful hand implement, lasso, axe, katanga. Those is basically kind of a type of a weapon, you know. So that is how taming the sentient being who are who are completely overpowered by the afflictive emotions, and tiger skins. And whose smoking color remind one of a great darkness. So it's kind of like it's talking about the color of his appearance. So tiger skin. This is a symbol of a heroism. As the ancient time, who allowed to wear those animal skins as a someone who bare hand fight with those vicious animal and protect themselves or protect other their companion, and those are swear that those skin as a symbol of heroism. So that kind of they showing their power or authority, or so that way they put the tiger skins. Yeah.
When you say bare hands, you mean bare hands, not
Yeah.
even a stick?
You can use the stick, but
Okay.
and
I
at
know
that time
not gun, but-
there's no these days people go to hunting with the weapons.
Yeah,
you know?
that's cheap.
Yeah.
Okay.
Even coward one can do that one.
Yes.
Yeah. So in Tibet, old time, you see some Tibetan wearing the fox skin head. And a lot of Tibetan have this like animal, like tiger, lion skin on the ornament on their robe. You may see this is a old tradition come from Tibet. Like a tiger skin or lion skin is their ornament of their bravery. Bravery. Like when you protect someone from the harm of a tiger, or then you kill because the vicious animal, then you get the kind of like a sign of your heroism, as you allow to wear those skin on your clothes. Okay, but then somebody when you like two people walking toward to the somewhere, and the animal comes and he run away because and that your companion killed by those vicious animal, and that person get the punishment to have to wear the fox skin head. Originally, that is a sign of a cowardness because fox is a really kind of like scary. Always have a fearsome fox. So this is I saw one, I think one of the Khindic or one Tibetan historian, he mentioned about this ancient time, why Tibetan wearing this, but then later it become a tradition. Both are even the strong one also start wearing the fox head. And this, but so this is, I think, similar like why those wrathful wear the tiger skin and this and that is a reason is that is they are showing that their strength, power, heroism. So that is the Chakrasamvara. Then the Vajavarahi said homage to the transcendent conqueror Vajavarahi, to the
Superior.
superior mother of the three worlds. So three world mean that talk about the form realm, desire realm, form realm, formless realm. And she was a mother. It mean that like a kind of like a mother mean that who care, who protect, who look after them. So that kind of three worlds. Invisible awareness lady. Invincible. So that means her ability or power, who destroy all fear of evil spirit with your great Vajra nature. So she's become she conquered all the evil spirit. To you with the controlling eye, who remained as a Vajra seat, unconquered by others. So Vajra seat is basically Vajra here is talking about the undestructible. So something that is a really strong or solid or undestructible things that is called the Vajra seat. And relatively, Vajra seat mean that no one can move her. No one can or overpower her. That way she sit on the Vajra seat. And absolutely, Vajra seat means that she sit on the nature of ultimate nature. She's a state of the ultimate nature, that way called the Vajra seat, unconquered by others. So the Vajra, no one, that Vajra of ultimate nature, no one can conquer. Like there's lots of weapon can damage the water, can damage the mountain, can damage to the wood, can damage anything, but there's no weapon that can destroy the space. Make sense? So Vajra is something like that, undestructible. There nothing can destroy it. So she is a state of that one. So that is talking about she reached to the state of the Dharmakaya basically. And naturalizing even the poison. Okay, so even the poison cannot harm. Wrathful, fierce lady, bearing your fang, terrifying annihilator who serve as a completely, who conquer all the adversary. What is annihilator? All Victoria one, conquering those who make us a dual, right and confused, to rigid.
dull.
Okay, wretched and confused. To Vajravarahi, great yogini, powerful lady who fulfill all desire, I bow. So this is a eight verse of Chakrasamvara and eight verse of Vajravarahi. Then last one is those four dakinis. It said, homage to the four heart yogini, embodiment of the four activity, pacifying, increasing, magnetizing, and suppressing of the four essential recollection of the body, feeling, mind, and the phenomena of the four level of joy, joy supreme, joy beyond joy, and co-emerge joy. So this is like this four dagini as also four activities, four mindfulnesses, and four joy. So-
Can you tell us which ones of the four are pacifying, increasing, magnetizing, and suppressing?
Normally, is dagini uh, pacifying. So normally, east as a pacifying, south as a increasing, north as a magnetizing, and west as a magnetizing, north as a destroying. So this color also most of time peace as a white color, you know, so it gave increasing, yeah, increasing what people activity of pacifying, increasing as a yellow color, magnetizing as a red color, and destroying or wrathful as a sometimes green, sometimes dark blue comes. So either way, this for enlightenment activities. Um, so outerly, those four dagini are for Latin activities. Innerly, those four dagini are for mindfulness, mindfulness of a body, mindfulness of a phenomena, mindfulness of a mind, and mindfulness of a feeling. So there's a for mindfulness. Then secretly, they are the four joys.
Can you tell us more about the four joys, please?
I'm not sure that much. The joy, supreme joy, beyond the joy, and co-emerge joy. So basically, these are the becoming more subtle. So like when you have this, like also later when the Tumo meditation, also this is using that one. So melting and melted down and going up. Both of them have this joy for joy with the counter and what called the go back.
The circulating?
No. Like called order and other it's order and like go back is what called reverse. Yeah. So two-way to also meditate on the joy. So other than that, a little bit. So that way it's profound.
We will leave it.
Yeah. So this is those are praise of the Dagini and Chakrasamvara and the mandala completely. Now, when we have time, we can go to the talk of the purity. But first, I want to talk. So here, this one, this is actually similar like a Tumo meditation from the Six Yoga of Naropa. but this is a kind of briefly, and I will tell you the meanings. Inside my body, appearance as a Hiruka as the three channels. So we have a normally we have a three channels, you know. Central channel as a outside is a blue, inside is a red, or something called basically called the, because of the from the appearance of the outside, central channel as a blue colors. And yeah, so it's called the Roma as a red colors, and the right channel as a red colors, and left channel is called the Gyangma as a white colors. But I think this one, I'm not really sure. When it comes to the female, I think it will change. And this is my what called a caution, maybe doubt, can say. I think when it comes to the female, right is a Gyama white, left is a Roma red. I think so.
I studied a brief book about, I think it was using drops and channels, and it described that in women it's separate.
Reason is why I say is when we do the father tantra, we do the circumambulation as clockwise. Why do the clockwise? Is because the red is the wisdom. Okay, left is a method. So that way, male right channel is a red, left channel is a white. That is the wisdom and method. I think female, because saying female, left is wisdom. That means they have to be Roma, have to be on the left side with a red color, because that is the wisdom, and white as the method. Make sense? So, so either way, I'm not sure this one. I cannot be, 100%. But this is my doubt. I haven't seen from anywhere a clear explanation. So that way, because in the mini Vajrayana said, male right side is a wisdom, left side is a method. Female left is a wisdom, right is a method. This is mini Tantra said, but I'm not sure the channel will be switched also same way or not. I don't know. But it's supposed to be that way, I think. You can ask some better teacher, and there are lots of great teachers, so you can ask them, how, according to the, what called the Tantri, not according to their own belief.
But for this practice, for the women that are doing this particular sadhana, you recommend that they focus on the red on the right and the white on the left, or
I don't know. That's that is my kind of like a, what call this? My caution. In the Chakrasamvara, it here said your right is the red, Roma, left is a Kyama Karma, white. So that is what said. But that's my, doubt or my cautions. Maybe I think women are reverse. I think so. I don't know. You can ask this one to someone who knows. So I tried to ask many Lama. So far, I didn't get the authentic, really like a good answer. So I had this in my head a long time about this. I tried to talk to many Lama, but some I think seems no value to give me answer, and some maybe they are kind of struggling with the giving answer. So either way, I never get any good answer for that. So maybe when you ask, maybe you get better answer. Sometimes you have a better luck than I do. So so there's a 3 channels is this one. And in the 3 channel, also So when we're talking about the three channels, this is called the human body is a why is a precious also. All the spirit, they don't have these three channels. They don't have the channel. They don't have this bindu, white and a red bindu, and they don't have that wind element. So human body have this one. So that way, this human body is why precious in the particularly in when it comes to the Vajrayana, really important. Like you heard in the Bardo being, they don't have a sun and moon, the light. You heard this one, yeah? Reason is they don't have these three channels. They don't have the channel bindu and red and white bindu, and they don't have the wind element. Because of that reason, they don't have a sun and moonlight. That way, there's always a darkness in the bardo. I mean, whenever we die, once we leave this body, we don't have that light. So this body have a great qualities. You know, so that way, why we have to know these things. It's because sometimes people say, oh, you don't need to learn too much, just meditate. You know, so what, I don't know what meditation mean, but so so those things is only human body have this. That way called the so the human body, when you have a complete cause and condition of on the body, then you have a realization in the mind stream. So this is, I think, important part of the knowledge. We must know this this channel, and this channel not necessarily going to see through the X-ray. You call this not going to see through the X-ray, but it's within us. Human have this one, so called the three channels and four chakras. So three channels are like this. Central channel is like a center of your body. From straight from the sacred to the crown here called the Brahmin open. Straight, really straight. And the left and right channel is from your nostril. From your nostril to go down and continually with the side by side of the central channel until the forefinger below the navel, and the forefinger below the navel is joined to the central channel. Okay, so that way, it's called the four chakras. Four chakra is called the crown chakra. It's a direct from the third eye, in the center of the crown. It's like a umbrella, look like an umbrella. And the branch of the channel is 32, which is first is this central channels. From central channels, 4 branches comes. From that 4 branches, each branch have 2 branches. So it become 8, yeah? Then each branch have 2 branches. It becomes 16. Each branch have 2 branches at 32. That is like umbrella come down on the called the forehead, the crown chakra. Then throat chakra, there's 16 of them. It's like umbrella upset. So this 2 chakra is like this, and they have only 16 branches. And at the heart is down, but only 8 branches. So central channel is here and comes from the 4 direction, and each one have what called the 2 branches. So it become 8 branches down. At the forefinger below navel, there are 64 branches of the chakra. So it's sit like this. Okay, so that is talking about the 4 chakras. At my crown is the white hung. At my throat is a white om. At my heart is a blue hung, at my navel is a red R. So this is a, I think, if detailed, then there's you can visualize at the heart, all the five Buddha families, seed syllable, and other at the throat, all five Buddha families seed syllable, at the heart, all the four Buddha's seed syllable, all other those you can detail. I think there's a way, but this is I think simple way, easy for us. So crown chakra. Center of the crown chakra, there's a hung syllable. Hung's upside down. In here, upside down. Should be white in color. Hung, I think it should be white in color, yeah? And upside down. And at the crown, at the throat, Om is like standing Om. At the heart, Hum, I think it's also upside down. As the same as a channel, as a position. Then at the navel, there's a syllable. Then there's called the ashe. It's a kind of stick. That is, you have to visualize in the fire there. And this is the meditation on the tumo. So that is how you visualize in your central red and he said, from wisdom fire bliss, burning away the syllable of the three chakra from the hung white drop descent, restoring the three syllable, thus blissful, warm, bliss, so forth. So this one is okay, so from the ashe to produce the fire. Then the fire burned all the they go up through the central channel, get to the heart, burn the home, and continue go to the continue central channel at the throat, burn the om. Then continue go on the crown chakra. When heat reach to the crown chakra, then the white hung is melting like milk, melting down. So when the melting is down, come to the throat, restore the om back to the, okay? Then you feeling of joy. Then when that continually melting, the white, then it get to the heart, restore the hung, which is a completely burned one, and back to the transform to the hung. And you feel like a joy, supreme joy, yeah?
Supreme.
Yeah. Yeah. And from home, and continually, the joy continually enable and great joy. I think great joy, heart, and the supremely joy is the third here. Then it restored the and continually until to the melting, the liquid is until to the sacred, and it's God called the union of the joy. Again, when that melting is pushed, touched to the fire here, it kind of like when we throw the on the fire, when we throw the butter or oil, is kind of like yeah, no, the fire becomes really strong. So that strong is also push back that this white bindu go so reverse those four joy, so experiencing. But so that is a kind of tumu meditation. Um, but my uncle said for the beginner practitioner, it's not healthy to rushing, especially monks and nuns. It's not healthy to rushing, blazing to melting, burning and melting. He said, just concentrate on the fire. Don't do the exercise of a burning, melting. Just concentrate on the fire itself, and it will bring to the heat. That heat bring to the feeling of joy. That feeling of joy in the Vajrayana is called the symbolic wisdom. When we receive the empowerment, it's called the third empowerment, wisdom empowerment. That wisdom empowerment is called the symbolic wisdom. So why I choosing this one, Chakrasamvara teaching before the five path of Mahamudra is in the earlier, there's no really specific Mahamudra teachings. Mahamudra is an experience. That experience is expressed. When they express, it's become a doha. There's no really sadhana to how to practice the Mahamudra instructions. So Mahamudra is in the Kagyu tradition, Mahamudra is divided into two, called the Sudra tradition of the Mahamudra and Tantric tradition of the Mahamudra. I think mainly Sudra tradition of the Mahamudra is a teaching based on the Uddara Tantra. When you receive the Uddara Tantra teachings, you will get some degree of nature of your mind. You can get close to that state of the nature of the mind. Okay, it's the same as a Mahamudra instructions. Little bit different. So in the I think Sutra tradition of the Mahamudra is called the luminosity and emptiness. Yeah, luminosity and emptiness. So through the teaching instruction on the Uddara Tantra, through the instruction of the teaching on the Uddara Tantra, you can get the sense of a luminosity of your nature of mind. And when you recognize that one, that's called the emptiness. Now here is called the union of the bliss and emptiness. It's a tantric, it's basically bliss and emptiness. So Mahamudra is the experience of the Tumu meditation. Make sense? Through the Tumu meditation, you build the inner heat. That inner heat, when you're expressing or analyzing, then you see the nature, true nature. So this is not much different than also Sutra. In the Sutra tradition, this is called the mindfulness. For mindfulness, yeah? Mindfulness of a body, mindfulness of a feeling, mindfulness of the mind, and mindfulness of the phenomena. Most of the time, in the Sutra, lots of time emphasizing, try to express in the emptiness through the mindfulness of the body, analyzing. Like Nagarjuna, Asanga, they analyzing emptiness through the body. So that way, even the Heart Sutra said, form is not emptiness, emptiness no form, form is no other than emptiness, emptiness no other than form. So through analyzing the body, mindfulness of the body, then when you get the conclusion of through that analyze, that conclusion is called the emptiness. Make sense? Same way, feeling. You can produce any kind of feeling, then analyze on that feeling. So that is the main reason is why we doing this one is a meditation on the Tumu meditation. As through this Tumo meditation too, then we can meditate on the experience, the realization of the Mahamudra. Make sense? So I think this the main reason is this one. So until the Kamboba, there's no Mahamudra teaching as a like text. Kamboba wrote down all the Mahamudra teaching. So that way after the Kamboba, and there's a more like a become the texture of the teaching on the Mahamudra. So before it's all is a kind of like a Doha is the expression of their own realization. When they realizing, they sing that realization through the song. Those all yogi. So other than that, there's no really like a Mahamudra instruction of how to teach. You know, the later all those texts you see the Mahamudra text instruction is everything is after the Kamboba. Even Milarepa time, there's no really like a Mahamudra text that you can study, you can, learn. So Mahamudra is all come from. So so in the Vajrayana, everything is within the 4 empowerments. So especially this is the this one, Tumo meditation is related to the 3rd empowerment called the wisdom empowerment. That wisdom is called the symbolic wisdom because still is a concept. Make sense? Still is a conceptual. So that way it's called the symbolic wisdom. This is like a, when you, somebody show you the moon. Yeah. First, they use as a finger or something. They said a moon is there, yeah. If you follow to the finger direction, you will see the moon. But if you gaze to the finger, you will never see the moon. So if you just stuck with the symbolic wisdom, you will never reach to the ultimate nature of the Mahamudra. But without the relying on the symbolic wisdom, you're not going to see, without the following to the finger direction, you're not going to see the moon. So that way, wisdom and method, how combination of those two together. Make sense? So this is, I think, same way as a reason is through this experience of the, for joy. Through this for joy, order and reverse. Yeah. So exercise of this 4 joy, order and reverse, then you will get some experience of the feeling, that feeling when you analyze it, and you will have some kind of conclusion of through that analyzing is called the realization or, understand, and the realization will come from there. I think that is what does Mahamudra mean? I'm guessing. Yeah.
I have a question from Zoom, if I can
Yeah.
ask. Okay, thank you. It says concentrating on the ah should be done while holding a Vas breath.
Oh, this is a different. This is different time. Don't mix here. This is a different time. That's kind of common by. We will talk about that tomorrow. On that. Yeah, that we will talk tomorrow. So not this is not same.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So with this, then there's a recitation of a mantra. So recitation of mantra is also just bring to the closer to the deities. So this is called the visualization of the mantra recitation. There's a many different visualization of the mantra recitations. So in the Chakrasamvara, I wrote down this translation from the Nyingson Tibe's commentary, said, if conceptual thought predominated, so that was, no, it's not there. I just wrote down, note. If conceptual thought predominate, then meditate. There's one visualization, said, if afflictive emotion dominated, and there's one way to visualizing. So if conceptual thought, generally conceptual thought is really strong, or we have a conceptual thought really strong, then how to visualizing the recitation mantra is, of course, you have to visualize the center of your body as a sun and moon, lotus and sun and moon cushion. On the cushion as a hung syllable, blue in color. In here, you have to visualize it as a blue in color. Then that blue in color is like a, like on the lotus, somebody stick, firmly sitting. Firmly sitting, not moving. Then the surrounding with the Chakrasamvara mantra, Om Shri Beza Hiruka Hum Bedajin Zala Sabara Soha. Normally, mantra, I think, same as a deity's color. So Chakrasamvara is a dark blue. So mantra should be dark blue. Then if you are dominated by the conceptual thought, strong conceptual thought, generally you have your conceptual thought, what you visualize as a center of the lotus as a hung syllable, and the place the mantra clockwise. Om Shri Hiruka Shri Bazahiruka Hum Bedajin facing in. So when place is a clockwise, then circle the counterclockwise. Okay, so mantra is a circle the counterclockwise. Then what the visualization here is a circle the counterclockwise. Then from there to come exit your left nostril. From I think your left nostril. From your left nostril, exit. And enter into the sentient being's right nostril. And all the sentient beings become Chakrasamvara. And the samsara is become a mandala of the Chakrasamvara. Then every sentient being resides in the Chakrasamvara mantra with you. Then exit from the sentient being's left nostril, enter into your right nostril, and dissolve to your heart mantra. So it's also another secondary mantra is a continually spinning light of a mantra. So this mantra, when it coming out, it's not come by one mantra. It's come like a garland of flower. It's also form of light. Form of light, garland of a flower mantra come out to your nostril, enter into the sentient being's right nostril, and come out to the left nostril, enter into the right nostril. And they just circle that one and recite the mantra. When you have a generally conceptual thought, really strong. But this one is this particular is said, if afflicting emotion dominates, especially desire, your really attachment, really desire and attachment is really strong you have, then this meditation is help you to eliminate that afflicting emotions. And said, from the home at my heart mantra garland, emerge, descend through the pathway of the Vajra, enter into the lotus of the Yum Vajravarahi, rest through the heart central channel, and emerge from her mouth, enter again into my mouth, and dissolve into the seed syllable at the heart, and continue the circle this way. So this is called if afflicting emotion dominated your mind, attachment, afflicting emotion, attachment, like basic, so you have really strong afflicting emotion, then especially attachment, then do this one. This recitation mantra. When this time, mantra should be white color. And you using the white mala also. So that is particularly Nono Rinpoche, one of the Digung great master from Ladakh. His instruction said, when you recitation of mantra with this is called if dominated by the afflictive emotion, recite, visualize in this way. When you visualize it this way, and mantra color should be white. And mala also use a white mala until This is called stabilizing the bindu. Until complete stabilize the bindu, you recite the white color mantra using the white mala color. So that is the main purpose of say kind of stabilizing our bindu. Yeah. So bindu is the essence of, in the Vajrayana, that is important to preserving. So with this, then there's also called the if you want to be for different kind of enlightened activities. Yeah, pacifying, magnetizing, increasing, wrathful. There's have a different way to uh, 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 visualize. There's specific. Each one have their own visualization, but we don't need to go to detail on that much because if you talk too much, it may become. So then also when we recite the mantra, you have to have a mala. And one is a they said, Duru Rinpoche's instruction said, if you have a mala asa according to the color of the deity, it's really good. Yeah, so Chakrasamvara is a blue in color, dark blue in color. But when specific this visualization, you need a white mala. And you have to meditate the mantra also white color. So if you following with this correct instruction, then you have to visualize Chakrasamvara as a mantra, white color, and you use the mala, white color, until you have stabilized your bindu. Because people who afflict emotion, generally, particularly attachment, they have a good chance to losing the bindu. Make sense? So you have to be form that bindu, protect that bindu so that way this recitation of a mantra.
What's the sign of a stabilized bindu?
Sign?
You have one.
Stabilized bindu.
I mean that then you're not losing that your okay, I think this is a little bit too bold, so maybe we don't go there too much.
And maybe we go there a little bit.
No need. You discuss with your guru with us one by one. It's better. So certain things, some part is okay go through the publicly, but everything is shouldn't go through that too called too negative is also not good. Yeah, so don't go too far. So actually one thing is I said, Jidisunggu said, especially Vajrayana have to become like a monk. Vajrayana is more important than Vinaya Sudra. So you know, I'm sure you know what I mean. So that is okay. So when we recite in the mantra, one thing's you should recite a mantra with the free from six faults. Any mantra, you have to be recited with six faults, free from the six faults. What is the sixth fault? Is it like reciting the too fast, reciting the too slow, reciting the too loud, reciting the too quiet, reciting the too rough, and reciting the too soft. So just right here. Reason is when we recite the too slow, we never finish the number because lots of time you have to finish the number. Make sense? Like Chakrasamvara, you have to, when you go to retreat, you have to do the 400,000 Chakrasamvara mantra. So if you do really slow, never finish. But when you try to do too fast, you will miss the syllable. Then it's not good. And in Tibet, there's one bunch of demons waiting for under the bridge to take somebody's life, to that is their night's food. So that guy is recite the Tara mantra. So his mantra is not really correct. He have a broken Tara mantra. So he's to recite the Tara mantra. And those demon waiting. And later the head of the demon came and said that why you didn't catch him, the person for our meal for tonight. And they said, we didn't see anyone come here. Only saw the broken leg Tara. She walked this way. So when he recited just the Tara mantra halfway, they saw him as a broken leg Tara. So that way, when missing syllable from the mantra, as there's some shortage comes. Then when you do the too loud, actually we share our planet with a mini spirit, and some of those spirit, when they hear the mantra, for them it's like stick weapon cutting them. So painful, really. I mean, physically painful for them. Make sense? So it's make them suffering. So it's not good. But when you do too quiet, sound of a mantra not come. So even you mentally chanting, you have to chant with the sound in mind. Make sense? Have to have the sound, vocally or mentally. Have to have sound. So not too quiet as without the sound. Then when you chant the too rough, it's not good for physically, health-wise. It's bring to the health problem. It damage to your physical body. If you chant it too soft and bring to the energy of the mantra, is really difficult. So that way you have to avoiding these 6 faults. Too slow, too loud, too loud, too quiet, too rough, too soft. Free from those 6 faults, they recite the mantra. Then, lots of people try to correct pronunciation. I think if you can say correctly, that's I think important, should say. But even you couldn't say the correctly pronunciation, long as you never give up. I mean, you never losing your belief and faith, devotion, I think no problem. If you recite with a doubtfully, it never become complete. So you need the 100% faith and belief and trust and recite with that. Make sense? Then this is a Chakrasamvara mantra. Then that is called the essence mantra. This is called the essence mantra because the 8 verse of a praise is called the root mantra. This is called the essence mantra. Then next one is said quanti essence mantra of the yup, it means the Chakrasamvara because it's so what called the concise. There's no meaning. So that way there's no description about what is the mean no really. So that is a color, as I mentioned before, as a normally blue in color, dark blue in color, but when specific predominant, if our mind is predominated by the affective emotion, then you recite visualization as I hear according to the text, and recite the mantra also white in color until you have a complete stabilizing your bindu. That is according to the non-Rinpoche's instructions. Then Vajavarahi is on Bazabaruzana Humpes. Vajabarujana. So it's red in color, and that is called the essence mantra. And the essence mantra is a Omsawa Buddha Dagini Vajavarahi Humpe. So this is the essence mantra of the Vajavarahi. Then said the mantra of the Rejnu. So from the mantra around the home at my heart, each Dagini light radiate from this ray of light. Dagini emerge who them at the accomplishing the purpose of a beings. Light gather back and dissolve into the home. So it's mainly who you from the home radiate, then to the those Dakinis, and they perform the each one their own what called the activities, like we mentioned, outwardly for enlightened activities, innerly for mindfulness, and secretly for joys. Perform their activities and dissolve to the mantras. The four Dakinis are in the east from Dakini home base. I think north from Lame home base, west from Canterbury home base, and the east, south from Rupini home base. This mantra. So after the recitation of mantra, when you get tired, so this one is also why we visualizing the mandala. We don't visualize it as our place as just regular ordinary, because when we're visualizing a mandala of the deity, it helps us to cut the attachment of our place. So we have a strong attachment of the home place. So when we visualize, transform into the deity's mandala, it helps us to cut the attachment of the place. Then your body is transformed to the deity. Now it helps to cut the attachment to your personal body. Okay, but then through this practice, you may cut off the attachment to the personal, ordinary what called the place, the home, and ordinary body. But then slowly start build the attachment to the deity's body. So what is the remedy of that attachment? Then dissolution. Then you how to cut the attachment to the deity's body through the dissolution. So you have to practice the dissolutions. Yeah.
When you visualize yourself becoming the deity's body,
Yeah.
is the deity's body more physical in nature like this, or is it more spiritual?
Oh, so yeah, we should go this one. There's like 5 or 6 characteristics when we visualize the deities. Of course, you already know the clarity, purity, divine pride. Clarity means that you try to visualize it clearly, matches. Purity means that try to see the pure meaning of those old, why is this way? Pure meanings. And the divine pride means that you need confidence of, I am the deity. Reason is because you share the same nature. Deity and your nature is equal, same. So that way you need this confidence of, I am the deity. I'm not pretending, I'm not transforming, I'm not becoming, I am the deity. So that is 3 main characteristics. Then on that, there's called empty nature. The 4th one is called the empty nature. Empty nature is you have to visualize a deity's body as a illusion. Illusion, not a solid.
Yes.
Yeah, but completely see clearly, but nothing that is solid, like a rainbow.
Or a hologram.
Yeah, so like a rainbow, like a crystal, you see through the body. It's clear like that, but it still have complete. So called the empty nature. So then, yeah, so I think that is part of that characteristic of the deity's nature. So that way, deity's form is you cannot visualize it as a human flesh.
Yes.
Also, you cannot visualize it as a statue or image like Tanga painting.
Mhm.
You have to visualize it as a fully live breathing, but not flesh. So this is just like a rainbow body. I think it's called a rainbow body, yeah. So that kind of characteristic you have to have.
Thank you.
Okay. So after that, then dissolution is that the light radiate from whom at my heart, gathering the protection sphere and the channel ground into the immeasurable palace, which dissolve into the four Dagini. So when you dissolution is have to dissolve from the outside. So Chakrasamvara mandala, there's a channel ground outside. The channel ground dissolved to the palace, which is the kind of wall channel ground outside of the palace. So that is dissolved to the palace, and the palace, the mandala, is dissolved to the four dakinis. Four directions. Those four dakinis. Then for those four dagini, which is dissolved to the yum as a Vajavarahi, who dissolve into the yap as a Chakrasamvara, and who then dissolve into the hum at the heart. At the heart center, there's a hum syllable, which dissolve from the hook at the foot. Hook at the hum have like this, they call the shapkyu in Tibetan. So foot upward into the body into the head, and the head into the crescent moon, and finally that gathering into the nada, arising the nada to dissolve and become imperceptible, settled within the luminosity, clarity, even as a vase. So that is what is a complete dissolution. So this one is also, there's a Ellen make one YouTube video. It's a really nice one. You should watch that one. That dissolution part of from the Vajrayogini. She makes short video. That dissolution is a really nice for the digital lover people. It's easier to. So she made really nice one. So you can watch that one. How to dissolve that in the YouTube.
Is it from the Drikuma Teacher Center?
Lama Rinzi should know
Okay.
better than me. Okay, so then you stay in that state. That is called a we'll call completion stage without the sign. So you stay on that nature state until you get tired. Of course, then you have to end the session. So before the end the session, you have to become Chakrasamvara. So it said, and the visualization and one-pointed attentions. One again like a fish leaping from the water, arising the great glorious Hiruka with one face and two arms, whose magnificent form appears clearly but empty like the mirage. So that time you don't need the mandala, you don't need the consort, you don't need the retinue, no need anything, just simply Hiruka. Then perform all the other rituals. There's like a soul offering, torma offering, and the dedication. All those are called the kind of the between sessions performance. So that way dissolution is here. So there's you can. Before the dissolution, you can do all the soul offering, torma offering, those you can do. But also you can do dissolution first, then the talk and torma offering later, because the talk and torma offering is not really part of the session. It's called the between the sessions. You see here said, if you wish to offer torma between the session, refresh the offering and sprinkle water and nectar and transcendental torma and the mundane torma. So transcendental, there's two torma. One is the transcendental torma, means the offering to the deity's mandala. And one is a mundane dharma, mean that offering to the spirit. So that is you can perform. Or if you're just want to practice, you just start from the refuge and until here, then do the dedication. You don't need to dharma and other things also when you're, you know. Then also here, feast offerings. Gana chakras, then the dedications.